Hi, this is Katie Sheppet from Edelman, and I'm here with Emilio Galli Zugaro, the Director of Group Communications at Allianz, and we're just going to ask him a few questions for this World PR Forum. So, Emilio, tell us, what are you hoping to get out of the World PR Forum in Melbourne?
I'm very curious about the Melbourne mandate. I think it is a good opportunity to advance our profession. The second reason I'm here is to listen into some of the sessions that I think can be very interesting, especially as far as the corporate character of organizations is concerned, and the core issue that I am dealing with, and that is to transform employees into ambassadors. And I heard some very good opinions already.
Great. And this year's theme is Communication Without Borders. Could you tell us what Communication Without Borders means to you?
I'll tell you a little story. In South Korea, a lady complained, a customer complained with our company, and there was a row with our sales manager. And in course of this row, the sales manager hit her in the face. And, you know, when I heard this story, I just couldn't believe it, and his boss fired him for that, of course. Now, next day, that lady came back to our company with her family and asked the company to rehire that guy because he was right in hitting her. Now, this is something I will never be able to understand. As an Italian, to me it is just a terrible sin to hit anybody, but especially a woman, not even with a flower. So how can I understand this? Only by having South Korean professionals who know the culture, who understand the context, and this is to me communication without borders. We can't impose our values on companies, corporations all around the globe, and therefore we need to exchange views, opinions, and culture.
Great, thank you. And lastly, could you just share a little bit with us on the session that you presented on earlier, or the session, what you spoke about?
Yes, we were identified as one of the companies that the Global Alliance dealt with in terms of being best practice in some areas. So I presented the areas where they think that we are best practice. The main issue that I looked at and we discussed was whether it is useful to transform every employee in an ambassador, or whether there may be a risk that by doing so we are imposing a corporate culture on individuals. And if we do so, the individual could lose credibility with its stakeholders. Would you believe your friend, your colleague, if he was speaking like out of a cult, with brainwashed sentences? You wouldn't. So you want to have an adult conversation. And that's, I think, where the limit lies with transforming employees into ambassadors.
Okay. And have you found that it's going well within Allianz, transforming your employees to ambassadors?
I think we're at the beginning of a long journey. We're not very advanced, but I shared one example that I think was very useful to understand where we are, and that was one of our receptionists who asked her boss to change her job title, and her boss accepted the idea, and her name is Sadia Zain. She works in Allianz in Singapore, and on her desk there is a plaque saying Sadia Zain, Director of First Impressions, and I think that says it all.
That's great. Thank you very much for your time, Emilio. Lovely to chat with you.
For your patience.